What's up guys, my name is Ace, and with the big update that we got yesterday, or technically 2 days ago late in the evening, there was a bunch of extra stuff added into the code that data miners have discovered that gives us a pretty good indication of what we will likely be seeing throughout Season 3 of Modern Warfare. Some of this is multiplayer related, some of it's Warzone related, and also, it looks like Modern Warfare 2's Campaign Remastered is finally coming. So let's first kick it off with multiplayer and what we can expect to see throughout Season 3 based on these leaks, which I just want to be clear here, as with all leak videos, these are leaks, and while these leaks do come directly from the in-game code, there is always a chance that something will get scrapped or changed before launch. None of this has been officially announced or confirmed at this point. So the first thing within multiplayer is there's a couple throwback maps that it looks like we're going to be seeing within Season 3. And the first one is Backlot from COD 4, which I quite like Backlot, and I also feel like it would fit with the overall gameplay and style within Modern Warfare. And the other map is Village from Modern Warfare 3. Now this one I find to be a lot more interesting simply because there are no proper buildings on Village, and with Modern Warfare the maps tend to be really building heavy. Like, it's all about getting into the buildings, and you've got all your doors and your windows and power positions using those buildings. And like I said, Village doesn't really have any buildings. There's kind of like a shantytown area, but it's not proper buildings that you can enter. And therefore, I'm really interested to see how this map ends up playing out within Modern Warfare, just because it's so different from pretty much all of the other maps that we have in this game. It could end up playing out really nice, or who knows, might be absolutely horrible. I guess we'll just have to wait and find out on that. But it does look like that, as well as Backlot, are going to be coming with Season 3. And those are the only two leaked maps at this point, which is interesting because that might mean we're only getting 2 throwback maps with Season 3 and no new map at all. Now, I was quite surprised to see that these were the 2 leaked maps. I honestly am still wondering, where is Scrapyard? Like, Scrapyard is within the Boneyard Ground War map, and then obviously within Warzone's map. So it's all laid out and textured for Modern Warfare, and I was fully expecting them to surprise us with Scrapyard in multiplayer at some point throughout Season 2, but it doesn't look like that's going to be happening, and now it also seems like it might not be happening in Season 3 either, which just seems kind of strange to me. It seems like a wasted opportunity if they've already got it all textured and ready to go. I'm not a developer or anything, but I feel like the heavy lifting is already done on that, and they would just have to convert it over to a multiplayer map. But who knows, maybe I'm just completely wrong on that. I just think it's kind of strange that we haven't seen Scrapyard yet. Now, on top of these map leaks, there were also 2 new weapons that were leaked, and these are likely to be the 2 weapons that will be within the Battle Pass for Season 3. The first one is the SKS, which for some reason is classified as a sniper in the leaks. I think it's much more likely it will end up being a marksman rifle because it is just 7.62x39. But with this, we also got the description for it, and in that description they mentioned it's going to have a faster fire rate than other DMRs. So I do think it will end up falling in the marksman rifle category, and I'm excited to have something that's got a pretty decently fast fire rate. I hope it is noticeably fast. Like, I hope it's fast enough that like people with a good trigger finger can really shine with it. But we'll have to wait and find out about that one. I'm personally pretty excited about this because I've got a couple SKSs myself, and they're a ton of fun to shoot, and I'm just interested to see how they end up balancing it and handling it within the game. But on top of the SKS, there's also a pistol leaked, and it looks like this is going to be called the Renetti. Now, the description says it's 9mm, designed for close range, and it also mentions that it's going to have some unique gunsmith customizations. So something about this is going to be very unique compared to the other pistols. And while there is no Renetti pistol in real life, at least to my knowledge, that definitely sounds Italian. So, my guess here, keep in mind this is just my guess, I might end up being completely wrong on this, but my guess is this is going to be a Beretta Model 92 or something very similar, with the ability to essentially convert it to a Model 93R, which is a 3-round burst pistol. That would make sense with the description where it says it has some unique gunsmith customization that you can do to it. And it is about time that we see a pistol that's not just a semi-auto. So in my mind at least, that makes complete sense that that's what we're going to be seeing with this Renetti pistol. But again, that part is just pure speculation at this point. So that's it for the initial multiplayer stuff that I wanted to cover that we can expect to see within Season 3. Now let's move on to the Warzone leaks that we saw. And with this, we just saw a bunch of potential upcoming playlists within Warzone. First up, there's duos and quads. We can expect to see that come in the future. I am extremely excited for quads, and I hope it ends up being a permanent mode and not just like a limited time featured mode. But even duos, I'm looking forward to that as well. I think these are going to be great additions, and they're going to make people quite happy. Now on top of that, there's a mode called High Action, and with this one, the gas moves in faster, and therefore the entire match is going to be much shorter. And this one will likely just be a limited time featured mode, but I'm really looking forward to this one because I often feel like within Warzone, as much as I love it, sometimes I can't help but think, like, I wish we could just get to the end game a little bit faster, because that's where things really start getting interesting. And it looks like that's going to be happening with this High Action mode. After that, we've got a mode that's, at least at this point, titled Shoddy Snipers. I think that's a really strange title, and I hope they can come up with something better when they actually release it. But with that, it's exactly how it sounds. Only shotguns and snipers within Warzone, so presumably no loadout drops as well, or if you do have loadout drops, that you will be limited to just having snipers and shotguns on your class. And I could see there definitely being an audience for that. I don't know if I'm that interested in it personally, but I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that would really enjoy that. Again, that one would almost definitely just be a very limited time featured mode. But after that one, there's one called One Shot, and with this one, it's described as headshots being a one-shot kill, so not necessarily a one-shot kill anywhere in the body, just to the head, kind of like the Realism mode. And on top of that, with this mode, no loadout drops, so you have to actually go and find your guns and your loot and stuff, and not just find cash and buy the perfect loadout for yourself. This, I think, is going to attract quite a few people, especially having no loadout drops. I think that's going to be a very attractive option for a lot of people that want more of a pure battle royale experience, where it really is all about getting that loot, and finding really good loot ends up actually giving you a pretty significant advantage over other players. Additionally, I think it's going to be quite an attractive option to have those one-shot headshot kills for the people that want that slightly more realistic feel to it, because it does feel a bit strange shooting somebody in the head and having their armor that's only in their vest protect their head from damage. From a balance standpoint, I absolutely love that it does that, but I can totally understand why people would want it to be a one-shot kill to the head with an assault rifle, for instance. So I do think that one would end up being a very popular mode, although again, unless it's extremely popular, most likely just a limited time mode. But that just leaves us with two other modes that were leaked for Warzone, and these are Realism as well as Hardcore. When it comes to Hardcore, I have literally no interest in that whatsoever. If you're dying in just one or maybe two bullets to the body, if you've got armor, for instance, that would become a massive game of hide and seek, because nobody would want to be moving around out in the open if they could just instantly get picked off from anywhere. So I really do feel the camping would be absolutely insane in that, and I would have no interest in touching it. Realism, on the other hand, I think that could be quite popular, and I'd be interested in at least giving it a shot. Again, I think it would play a lot slower than the standard Warzone, and therefore I don't really see myself playing it all that often, but it might have an audience for it. So that covers it for the Warzone leaks. Unfortunately, that's all we really got was playlist leaks, although some of them sound very interesting, and I'm looking forward to the future of that. But now, the last thing I want to talk about in today's video is Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster. It looks like it's finally coming after being leaked for the past couple years now, that it's been in development, they've been working on it, and then there were rumors that there was all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes and they ended up scrapping it or postponing it significantly. In either case, it looks like it is actually coming very, very soon, and some of the leaks are even suggesting it could come as soon as the 30th of March, which is in just 2 days from now. Now, I'm not entirely sold on that March 30th release. I wouldn't be too surprised if it dropped, but at the same time, I don't know if I trust that too much. But in either case, it definitely looks like it's coming within the not-too-distant future, and it looks like they're going to be tying it in with Modern Warfare's store. So if you buy this Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster, then you'll get a free bundle within Modern Warfare, and it also looks like there's going to be another bundle where if you buy that bundle within Modern Warfare, you get Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster for free. Which I think would be an interesting way to drop that Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster. And price-wise, that would probably make sense. I can't see them charging more than like $20 to $25 for just a campaign remaster. And so bundling it with items that you can use within Modern Warfare and adding that extra value just seems to make sense, and I feel like it would be a very, very popular purchase. Now, within one of those bundles, it also looks like we're going to be seeing the original skin for Ghost, which I honestly prefer to the current version of Ghost that they made for the new Modern Warfare game. It looks like that's going to be locked within one of these bundles that you will end up getting if you buy Modern Warfare 2's Campaign Remaster. But when it comes to this, the big thing is it's a Campaign Remaster. It's in the title specifically, so it doesn't look like we're going to be seeing any multiplayer for that whatsoever. And I think that comes down to a few different reasons. first off, I think they don't want to end up splitting the player base of the current Call of Duty. I think that's a problem they ran into when they launched Modern Warfare Remastered alongside Infinite Warfare, is we had a very split player base. But on top of that, just the sheer amount of work and support that would be required for a brand new multiplayer game to be running at the same time as a different multiplayer game, I just don't think they're willing to invest the resources in that. So when it comes to my personal opinion on this Campaign Remaster, I will probably end up getting it and playing through it, but to me, it's not really that big of a deal. If it had multiplayer though, especially if they were able to implement the patch that they were working on back in Modern Warfare 2 before the studio and everything just completely fell apart and they couldn't get that patch out, if they would have brought multiplayer with that patch, there's a good chance I would never touch Modern Warfare's multiplayer ever again, and I would just be playing that and Warzone exclusively. So I guess that argument for them not wanting to split the player base probably holds true, because I would definitely be one of those players that just migrates over to Modern Warfare 2 Remaster. But with that, that pretty much covers it for all of the leaks that we got recently. Quite a few leaks in there. Looks like some really interesting things coming in the future, and I'm quite excited, especially for the new playlists within Warzone. But of course, I'd like to know in the comment section below, what are your guys' thoughts on all of these different leaks that we've got relating to multiplayer, Warzone, or that Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remaster? Just let me know those thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.